Jampa, hello again.
Hi.
You've come back to tell us about an earlier trip. This is really good of you, one that we haven't got an interview for yet, and a very early trip up to Melamchi Bazaar. So tell us, it unfolded the day after the earthquake, this started. So tell us what happened.
Well, the day after the earthquake, Melamchi sent out assessment teams.
Yes.
So I wasn't part of that original team, but Lama and some others went up to Melamchi, and they came back the following day in the evening and said that there was a desperate need for medical help there. So since I was a doctor long ago, I volunteered, and the following day we went out and started buying medicines to take with us, which proved to be a much more lengthy process than expected. And our driver was not keen, having been up there already, he wasn't keen to drive up in the dark, he thought it was too dangerous. So we ended up staying in Kathmandu overnight and leaving 5 the next morning.
Right.
So we got up to Melamchi quite early in the morning still, and we checked in with the workers camped there. And I got the best advice anybody gave me was, have some food now because you don't know when you're going to get to eat again. So very lucky for us, we had some breakfast, and then we had a quick introduction to the region with one of the Italian people from there. She showed us the hospital, and then we went up to the army camp. And sometime after that, I can't remember exactly when, everything kicked off and the helicopters started arriving with patients from remote villages. So it was me and a Nepali doctor, Lana and Juan, I think, were the core team. And all day we were just absolutely flat out, just at first treating patients just on the ground next to the helipad. Then when it started raining, we had to carry them up the steps into one of the rooms in the army complex there.
Were they on stretchers?
Some of them, some not. Some we were carrying in blankets or just between us.
Right.
Yeah, they had a few very ramshackle stretchers.
Why were they bringing them to you? How did they know?
Well, that's where the helipad was.
Okay.
So rather than fly all the way to Kathmandu with the small helicopters, they were bringing people to Melamchi where there's a small health post / hospital. And we were doing the triage and stabilising patients as they came in. But that, when it started raining, we were basically, we had wall-to-wall patients across the floor in the room. You couldn't move without very carefully stepping over patients, and it was like all afternoon, just a continuous flow of patients through. I spent a lot of my time just giving pain relief injections in betweens, just doing whatever was necessary. We were splinting lots of broken limbs, treating people with head injuries, back injuries, lots of open wounds, lots of wound dressing. It was very, very full on. And, so we had no lunch, no dinner. Couldn't even find any water to drink. Didn't even think about going to the toilet. Just no time to just keep working. And then, at the end of the day, it got dark and said, okay, now where are we going to stay? What are we going to eat?
So what happened? Where did you stay?
We found a place. It was a condemned part of the Italian workers' place, actually, one of their recreation room. Nobody was using, but there were some couches, and we managed to borrow some mattresses. It was relatively comfortable, but not entirely safe. There was, I don't think it was the first night, maybe the second night we were there was a strong aftershock. The 3 of us were sleeping there. We all leapt out of bed 4 in the morning and started running towards the door before the shock stopped, and we went back to bed. The first couple of nights, I think we had 2.5 hours sleep each night because there's so much trying to communicate and plan for people coming and going, what we were going to do next.
Did you manage to get everybody evacuated as necessary down to Kathmandu?
I never had any idea what the necessary was. I mean, we knew the helicopters were coming when they arrived. I think there was one day in there where the army just had no use of helicopters and nobody came. But trucks were bringing people also. As the roads opened up, people were arriving by vehicle as well as by helicopter. So we were kept busy. So the first day was me and the Nepali doctor. The second day, the Nepali doctor had other things to do. So for a while, for a few minutes there, I was on my own. But then the cavalry arrived in terms of a Polish emergency medical team and a French-Israeli team also arrived. This is at least 5 6 days after the quakes.
Yes.
You know, I was a good 2 days ahead because of being in country when things happened.
Yes. Thank
But
goodness you
I
were
was
there.
very glad of their
I
support.
bet.
Extremely
yeah.
professional people,
Yeah.
the Polish team. So they took charge of setting up an emergency medical post at the helipad. And I worked in conjunction with their team after that to deal with
The
all
throughput.
the throughput. There was still several days extremely busy.
Yeah.
Helicopters coming in, constantly bringing more patients.
Would you like to hazard a guess as to how many casualties you treated? Came through, not you personally, but came through
Very
on those
hard.
days?
I think one day the Polish counted at least, I think, 68. Possibly the first day we were there, it was in the region of 40, 50. But nobody was counting them. It was just me and the Nepali doctor and our volunteers.
Thank goodness you were there. It's good that you were there.
I
Good that you were a
was
doctor long
glad to be
ago.
able to be there, really happy.
Yeah. Well, that's
And
great.
then when the medevac phase wound down, I came back here. I was here less than 24 hours,
Yes,
which is
I
why I
remember.
didn't get to do this debriefing.
Yeah,
and
I
then
remember.
I was off to Sindapalchok.
Yeah, I saw you in Amsterdam. Yep, that was a very brief meeting. You were there for a few hours. We were hoping for some time off, but
Yeah,
they were
so I
trying
just
to
got
get...
back midnight last night.
Yeah.
Hopefully I won't be leaving again today.
Do you have the next? Do you know what your next brief is going to
No.
be?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, thanks for telling us about that. Okay.